Days away now from the start of Hispanic Heritage Month, and our Latino community is ready to lift up our city's Spanish-speaking voices.
Stephen Hernandez tells us more about a list highlighting dozens of Latino professionals in our own neighborhood.
Pensé a tener el sueño de crear algo especial.
I had a dream of making something special to share my roots and where I'm from.
Jorge Hernandez is keeping his family recipes alive through his business, the Flying Pig Tacos. And now everyone will get the chance to know him. Hernandez is part of this year's 100 Latinos Cleveland Must Know.
Knowing I'm a part of this group where we can help one another is incredible.
The annual list started in 2020. It highlights Hispanic professionals from across Northeast Ohio and brings more visibility to the city's growing Spanish-speaking community. Marcia Moreno with Amor Consulting is the master behind the idea.
Everybody kept asking me, where are the Latinos? We want to hire them, we want to have them, we want to interview them, but we never seem to find them. And I wanted to remove that excuse, in my opinion. Having that diversity and complexity, you need to have someone in your team that understands that nuance.
Margaret Sanchez recalls how her inclusion on the list back in 2023 helped her fit right into the community after she moved here from Florida.
I was able to get engaged with leaders. It gave me the opportunity to get engaged civically as well, and to also get a job. Eventually, of course, the leadership helped me become the president of Esperanza.
Moreno hopes this list can continue to be a yearly tradition up until the year 2030. By that point, she'll have a list of 1,000 different professional Latinos in Northeast Ohio.
We're really changing the perceptions and the narrative of people and what they think about who Latinos are.
This year's list will be released to kickstart Hispanic Heritage Month. In downtown Cleveland, Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.